Welcome back to WALEX. Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. On Monday at noon, we've got the Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we've got Married to Miserable. And at 8 p.m. tonight, we've got Hot Topics. Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we've got Love and Hip Hop Miami. At 12 p.m., we've got the Housewives of Miami, last season refresher before the new season begins. And at 1 p.m., we've got Grosse Pointe Garden, or whatever the hell that show's called. On Wednesday at 11 a.m., we're starting our day off with a recap of The Housewives of Beverly Hills, followed by The Loveless and The Hip Hopless in Atlanta. At 1 p.m., we're coming out with some hot topics. On Thursday at 11 a.m., our Scandal and our How to Get Away with Murder recap. Followed by Saturday with Noon Pop Roast. And Sunday we have our 11 a.m. Open Forum. And at 3 p.m., our Bravo prediction. I'll see you soon for something. Girl. So I just cussed Tawanda out for having a tacky party with rental costumes, knowing how nasty people are in a post-COVID world, and Toya gonna do the same shit. Well, I mean, ain't no accounting for taste, and with Toya, hate to say it, but ain't no taste. I mean, when Simone had to comment on the party, the production asked her to say something nice. You could hear the pain in her voice when she said, I felt like I was in a royal court. Toya really made a beautiful event. No, she didn't. No, not with them tacky, itchy, flammable, plastic ass wigs. It was a joke. But Simone, you were the punchline. You showed up looking like a sore clitoris. There's no other way to describe that dress but a sore clitoris. It looked like Pepto-Bismol at a quinceañera. I have never known anyone in my life with such a commitment to looking hideous. Hideous. Jesus Christ, like that is one of the ugliest dresses I have seen in my entire life. It was the color of vomit or bruised flesh. I'm just, my God, that was just, well, Have you ever just seen something so ugly that you just like, I want to beat up the designer? And the thing is, I bet you it was no, that dress was ugly. It looked like it was made out of basket. Something about puce pisses me off. Don't let nothing be vomit colored around me, baby. I'm going to go off on it. That vomit colored dress. Oh, hell no. So Simone had to say fuck you to the viewers' eyes one more time before the show ended. I guess she wanted to give the bloggers something to talk about other than her overbite. Maybe that's why she dresses so ugly. She's like, you know what? I can disguise my jaw and just hide it behind hideous garments. And then what the fuck was that scallop on her head? It was like you could do a scallop up in the front, but she had the scallop in the back. You don't scallop in the back, Simone. But if you weren't such an angry beaver, you'd know that. I feel sorry for Kids Force Whitmore, but then I realize he's Kids Force Whitmore, and he deserves you and the high blood pressure that you bring. Simone Whitmore is as fun as meningitis. Simone Whitmore is as fun as meningitis. Also, these old ass Bridgerton parties, like everybody was having that shit during the panini. So people done thrown up in them costumes. I don't know why y'all want to keep wearing them. I said it was sore. I don't know why that came to me. Because it was puce. It was a puce dress. Don't do that to me. Not to me. That's harsh to me. Don't do puce. We don't do that. Jeez, I would rather somebody pour cold water on me than look at a puce dress. But I'm sorry, I digress. Quad said, I'm sorry. Toya was talking to Sweet Tea, and she said that she needs her support. Or maybe it was Quad she was talking to. Toya was like, I need your support at this party. Toya, if you need support, borrow one of Eugene's bras. If you need support, that will support you. One of Eugene's bras with that double strap in the back. Now, I know that, he's probably, a 42H, and you give me a 36G. So, you just got to bend it in at the side and clip it. You be fine. But borrow one of his bras if you need support. I don't want to hear about it anymore from a woman that threw a party for a Birkin. You got all the support you need. But Lord, Sweet Tea. She tried to have a moment, didn't she? In this finale, she tried to have a moment when she, went with the Bridgerton theme and sent out a letter saying Heavenly wants to talk about everybody else's marriage, but why Jackie's husband and his mole have his hand on Hefferly's hip. Ever have something so stupid happen you don't know how to respond? You're secondhand embarrassed for the other person. Your own face is getting flush to be associated with something that stupid. That trite, that trifling, that bad television. Production let that happen. Nobody said, can we bring back? We need a lot more. She needed that in her life. She needed that in her life. Oh, I mean, watching it unfold and unfurl was a disappointment, but also a confirmation. You're slow. Slow like a school bus with only 6 seats. Slow. Delayed. Not fast. Not fast. Slow. And I see why Dr. G has married you, because he wanted a woman he could control. And women aren't stupid. And I'm praying you're not. But you are ill-informed and naive as all hell. I'm hoping that watching this will wake you up. Because I'm gonna have hope for you. I'm gonna wish you well. But baby, this is a bad performance. You're bad television. You need to leave the show. And I'm not looking forward to you at the reunion. Your pose is as bad. Like, girl, you honestly didn't need to say anything to Hefferly. If that was all you could come with, you couldn't attack her lower jaw. If you're going to attack Heavenly, start with Dr. Damon's hyperpigmentation, Dr. Damon's high blood pressure, Dr. Damon's high BMI. Start with that. Ask her why her husband's fat. Why can't you feed your husband healthy meals? He's probably eating like that so he can get away from you. One way or the other, he doesn't care. Sweet Tea needs to be switched with Anila. I don't know about that. I don't know if we're going to champion Anila. I like her husband, but Anila, for her to be an influencer and about fashion, Anila was supposed to be about fashion, but does anyone remember her looks? Does anyone remember her looks? Not a damn one. Not a damn one. Now, at least Sai will try. She fails, but she tries. I haven't. I've seen her in a few things where I'm like, oh, all right, okay. But other stuff, I'm like, However, she does cater towards the very high-end market. And like the higher it is, I'm like, I like mid-tier. I like mid-tier. Mid-tier that's more fashion-forward mid-tier. But once you get to high, it's like, I ain't wearing that. It may be art, but it makes me fart. So we get down to this Bridgerton party, and the Menzies talk to Greg, and Stuart Little's like, I'll drop the charges and have a sit down, and y'all will, mediate it. I'll take responsibility. Now I've punished Quad enough. Boy, you realize everybody looked at you as a wimp and a bitch and a panty waist. That's why. And that's the only reason why. I'm glad Quad stood on business to Toya and said, why should I accept the bullshit? No, I don't want to be around his ass no more. And if you got to choose, lose me. Because she knows you'll lose your show too. Find another heifer that's going to come on here and put up with your bullshit, with your down talking, with your insults, with your consistent criticisms. Find somebody else. You're going to lose your show. Try to pick Sweet Tea over me. Oh, I'm just... They got us this season. They really did. They used Sweet Tea. Po thing. I mean, they ran that little girl ragged, and she said, they've made me stronger. No, they haven't. They have made you poorer because they have gotten richer off your back. off your back, and you out here getting a first season check. You out here with an invitation to pay your own way while still giving Stuart Little some snatch. You got the game fucked up, sweet tea. May love like that never find me. Ever. Ever. Well, that was the finale. That was it. I am looking forward to the reunion, but I think they're going to have to choose Quad because Sweet Tea isn't interesting enough. But once they choose Quad, will the truth about their own marriages come out? Because I want to hear about them out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and email Rodgers Ringtones for a unique and sassy ringtone. Email me the script that you would like, and for $5, the ringtone is yours. Tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate.